What's up, everybody? Kirby here. And in today's movie review, I'll be reviewing a movie that's considered to be one of the all-time best 80s movies, and it's also a movie that I watched a while ago for the very first time this year, and that movie would be the 1984 film, The Karate Kid. So the plot for The Karate Kid is about this teenage boy named Daniel LaRusso who moved to Southern California with his mother. Yeah, they moved to an apartment in Southern California where he meets the repairman named Mr. Miyagi, played by Pat Morita. At first, Daniel thought it would be pretty decent living in California. Of course, being a new student and living in the neighborhood there. But then later, Daniel meets this girl named Allie Mills, played by Elizabeth Shue, and he falls in love with her. But then suddenly, Daniel gets into a fight of bullies, which is led by a guy named Johnny Lawrence, played by William Sabka. And Daniel really hated getting bullied, and he didn't really want to live in a new neighborhood because he didn't want to get picked on. But then, of course, Daniel learns that Shawnee and his gang work at a karate are students in a karate dojo called the Cobra Kai dojo. And then Daniel later learns that Mr. Miyagi is secretly a karate teacher and also a karate master too. Then next, when Daniel got attacked by the bullies, Mr. Miyagi suddenly appeared, and he of course attacked them, which eventually scared him off. Daniel was begging Mr. Miyagi to teach him how to do karate. At first, Mr. Miyagi refused, but then he decided to teach Daniel karate anyways. And things were going actually very well, and of course, later on in the movie, Daniel didn't like that Mr. Miyagi's teaching methods because he wanted him to do chores for him. But then eventually, Daniel learned how to do karate and got to participate in a karate tournament, and that's how I could explain the plot for The Karate Kid. So, my opinion on this movie? Yeah, I can understand why that movie's a classic. It's got lots of good reviews, and it even got 2 sequels and a spin-off film and even a remake that had Will Smith's son in it. And years later, there was later a TV series called Cobra Kai. Yeah. And so I liked The Karate Kid. It was a pretty good movie. It had a good plot, really likable characters, especially Daniel. He's a likable character, and I thought Ralph Macchio did a good job playing him. What I also find unique and interesting, though, is that the fact that Daniel LaRusso is meant to be a 17-year-old boy, but yet Ralph Macchio was 23 when he starred in The Karate Kid. So that's pretty interesting, considering that Ralph was 23 when he did this, but yet he sounded like a kid back when he started in The Karate Kid, basically an adult but with a kid's voice. That's pretty interesting and unique if you ask me. But yeah, I like Daniel. He was a likable character, and Ralph Macchio did a really good job playing him. And I can see why Daniel LaRusso from The Karate Kid is Ralph Macchio's signature role. I even thought Pat Morita did a good job in the movie too, playing Mr. Miyagi. And I like Mr. Miyagi. He is a good teacher, and yeah, he is the best. I do like him, and yeah, Pat Morita did good playing him. I also thought Elizabeth Shue did good playing playing Allie, who is Daniel's girlfriend. Unfortunately, though, from what I've heard, Elizabeth Shue does not come back in the Karate Kid sequels. Even though I haven't seen the Karate Kid sequels yet, but I'll get to it someday. Yeah, most of the characters are pretty likely, except the only character I really hated was Shawnee, played by William Sobka. I mean, I like William Sobka as a person, but not when he played Shawnee from the Karate Kid. But luckily, in the end of the movie, Daniel was able to beat Shawnee by kicking him in the face. And plus, the tournament scene was really good too, which that was the scene that featured the song "You're the Best." Yeah, that's another thing I like about the movies. The song "You're the Best," which is featured from the film. And it's also one of the best 80s songs from 80s movies. Yeah. And plus, what's also cool about is because, like, the fact that The Karate Kid was released in 1984, 1984 was kind of like a big year for movies. Like, I know there's two other beloved movies that are also considered to be one of the best 80s movies, happen to be Ghostbusters and 16 Candles, which they also came out that same year when The Karate Kid came out. But yeah, there's I really have nothing else to say about Karate Kid. Like, no flaws whatsoever. It's a good movie with a good story, likable characters. Well, except for Johnny, and the song "You're the Best," which is a catchy song, and I do like it, and it fits the movie very well. So to any of you who've never seen The Karate Kid, I recommend it. It's a really good movie. You're definitely going to enjoy it. I like the movie too, and I mean, if you like Kung Fu, but if you've never seen The Karate Kid, you should definitely watch it. It's very good. It has very likable characters and a likable story too. So for my overall rating of The Karate Kid, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 stars. A pretty good movie from the 80s, and also one of the best movies of the 80s. Thank you all for watching and listening to my review on The Karate Kid. Let me know in the comments of what you think. This is me saying, peace out.